Okay, so my buddy Bill has brought in an RZ350 and it doesn't have any spark. And it's been around and around, and some people have tried to fix it. And I don't know, we've tried, they apparently, people have tried several different components, replacing CDI packs, rewinding bottom coils, uh, secondary coil replacement. So somehow that should have all worked out. But somewhere in this mix, something's gone wrong. And this is the kind of stuff that I just love to get into. It's pretty cool. Find the problem. So in order to set that all up, right, to find out what's going on, general checks have got to be done. But first, set everything up. So one of the things that I've done, and this is not like the coolest way of setting things up. It's a little janky, right? But it does work. I have grounded the coils, or the plugs. I'm sorry, the plugs. So the plugs need to be grounded together. Okay, it's a strange arrangement here. Okay, there's two coils inside the secondary. The primary coil coming in, and the secondary coil actually is not grounded really. It's not grounded. No. So it's hooked up between the two plugs like this. This is like saying that there is a coil of wire connected to these two connections like this, right? And basically it finds ground when it has a charge in it, right? It finds ground through the plugs. So the plugs have to both be grounded. You can't just check spark on one plug on an RZ350. You got to do both of them. They got to be grounded. So okay, I got new plugs sitting in there just for the sake of testing, right? Some already general things have been checked out. Simple things that actually quite a few people can miss, like these plug caps. These plug caps should be at 5K resistance. They could be in the mega ohms, and this would cause some serious problems, right? So those are good, no issues there. I believe everybody has had, a check at the numbers here on the coils. Me, I'm kind of cheating. I'm going to use an oscilloscope, if you want to call that cheating. The oscilloscope basically is going to answer. I'm going to visually be able to see what the heck's going on here instead of just using an ohm meter. If we use an ohm meter, basically set to voltage scales or ohm scale, it's not gonna answer some things, and you don't get that visual effect where you can actually see a signal go through on the scope, right? The scope is just where it's at, especially when you're beating your head against the wall and you want to make things fast. The scope's going to answer it for you. So I've because the battery is not the best on this, but it also, just as an insurance program, make sure that the voltage and current are both there, because especially with the RZ, it's got to have decent current. So that just hook it up, put the charger on the sucker, and make sure that everything's well grounded on the frame to the battery, and just in case, some chargers can pass AC, so it's something you want to watch. On the note of passing AC, what I've done here also is we don't really know 100% at this point whether or not three-phase coils down here, right, aren't causing problems by passing, or I should say, aren't. Well, it's the piss poor way of saying it, but really, it's the regulator that needs to be disconnected, because if it's passing AC to ground, it will cause a muckfuddle of problems. So I've disconnected the bottom coils, right, that charge battery, run lights, all that kind of stuff, just to be certain that it's not passing, and this is our regulator right here, it is not passing to ground, right? It's just an insurance program that just to make sure, quick pull it out, and check. The other thing I've done too is also removed the black white wire right out of the pack, because there are a lot of elimination. There's a lot of problems that can cause the spark not to happen. You know, problems with the key switch, problems with the kill switch, which on this right now somebody has removed. So it's just better to disconnect that there because there's other issues. I remember in the 80s when I worked at a Yamaha shop, we had a lot of problems with these suckers. Yeah, so you got to jumper that sucker. All right, I went up to the top here and jumpered it. Not that it really matters at this point because, like I said, I've disconnected it out of the pack. But it was just part of the elimination process that I did previously before doing the video. And I just wanted to get to the nuts of it, right, without wasting too much time. So a lot more to be said there, but this is where we're at. We're going to hook it up to the scope and see what happens. See you in the next video.